Welcome to Invert Aim. We're back again this week. I'm Feisty and Brendan. Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. It's been a hot minute. It's good to be back here at the Invert Aim desk.
Yeah, I feel like it's good, but we're missing a friend.
Yeah, due to scheduling issues, Ching is currently trapped under a pile of Twitch money. So
it's a hard life. It's a hazardous job that he has.
Yeah, so we're rolling out the A team today.
Good.
B team is indisposed under currency at the moment.
Yeah,
so
we got this.
The show must go on.
Awesome. Well, we've got a massive episode today. We've got a few things to talk about, but first, what have you been playing?
Because it's been so long, I've been playing so much, and I guess I'll just blanket statement everything. South Park: The Fractured Butthole, phenomenal game, well worth the delays and all the dramas that came with it. Super Mario Odyssey, also fantastic on this little fella right here. Been playing the hell out of that. Wolfenstein: The New Colossus. I've only just dipped a toe, but I'm loving exactly what they've put together with that. A lot more PUBG. Quick update on the PUBG.
Oh, here we go.
I have now the proud owner of 2 chicken dinners.
Ooh, you're like rolling in the chicken.
Yeah, I'm now known as Brendan Sanders out in the channel. You know, I'm not Colonel level yet, but
you're getting there.
Yeah, I'm flush with the Dirty Bird at the moment. So,
that's it.
Yeah, I feel like the next step for me is now Worlds next year. Going to train to try and make it to Worlds and win one of those gold frying pans. So
do it.
It's
Make
been
us
good.
Proud.
The pressure of the nation has been lifted off my shoulders.
Yeah, you can
when
rest
I took
easy.
down those chicken dinners. So shout out to Card Plays and Aussie Blackbeard for helping me get there. Much love.
I'm still on Big Fat Zero, but
I'll take under my wing now. I'm a veteran. So yeah. What about you? What have you been doing? Tell me the things.
I have late to the party, but I started playing Stardew Valley. So I picked that up on a Steam sale,
good.
and I was surprised with how hooked I was on that game, and did not get a date to the flower dance. I was a little gutted. Gotta work on my romance skills.
Give it next year. That calendar will tick over, and you might be able to get a late invite to the next one. So,
I've been giving
crossed.
coral and clams and all sorts of goodness to people.
That's the problem. Who wants coral and clams out there?
Yeah, well, that's what she told me. She was like, "This smells funny," and I'm like, "Oh, sorry." And other than that, Street Fighter 5. So
really
feeling,
I didn't know you were a Street Fighter fan.
I love arcade games. So my parents used to just drop me off at the local arcade store while I did shopping, and I used to sit there and be like over the machine trying to desperately try to
picture
play.
little Feisty trying to hit the joystick and all the buttons.
It was awesome. Actually, the staff room, he had like a little stool at one point. Yeah, because I just went there so often. And obviously I've picked it up. I've got it on PlayStation 4 and not digging the controller. The muscle memory is all wrong.
Gonna get yourself a fight stick?
I am gonna do it. Yeah. So watch this space.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe next year.
Who do you main?
Cammy.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Cannon drill all the way, baby.
She's
fast.
She's a ruthless little thing, isn't she?
Yeah, she's got some of the best agility and mobility in the game, but that health bar is brutal. So
she's very squishy. Very squishy. But
I love her.
That's cool. I think we should try and tee up a little impromptu Street Fighter battle sometime.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I'm rubbish, but
yeah. Are you controller man or a stick man?
Controller.
Yeah.
Controller, yeah. Like, I'd like to say I'd be good on the stick, but I don't play often enough to justify buying a Horry for $300 or whatever they go for. So, unless you're listening out there, members of Horry employment, hook us up with a couple of sticks, please and thank you.
That'd be so good. Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing I thought we could cover off today is eSports in the Olympics, ? Is it a sport? Is it a thing? There's been some new developments after a little junket with the IOC committee. So we could unpack that a little bit, see what you think, get your opinions, maybe work out what game could hypothetically be plugged into the Olympics. There is some strict criteria that we've been talking about, which we can discuss. So let's give it a go.
Yeah.
See what you think. Do you want me to lead off with this quote that was sort of back-ended from this summit in Lucerne in Switzerland, and was based with global stakeholders, federations, national committees, as well as athlete representatives. So it was the who's who of the Olympic body and whatever else.
All the cool
But the final quote, which was interesting, reads, "The summit agreed that eSports are showing strong growth, especially within the youth demographic across different countries, and can provide a platform for engagement with the Olympic movement," end quote. And then the quote picks up again saying, competitive esports could be considered as a sporting activity and the players involved prepare and train with an intensity which may be comparable to athletes in traditional sports, end quote. So...
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for acknowledging that esports is in fact sports. I was like, I needed that committee to tell me, so...
Yeah,
Good work, guys.
so there's more to the article. You can find it all over the internet, so we won't deep dive on it too heavily, but they're looking to try and consider getting esports potentially into the 2024 Olympic Games. Obviously, it's confirmed for the 2022 Asian Games. It's going to be a medal event at that event in Asia in 2022, which is pretty exciting. So we're 4 years away from seeing esports athletes win medals in a professional event. Broadcast globally, but it's going to get some backlash, don't you reckon? This is a very divisive topic.
Yeah, it's nice in a sense that esports is being recognised on that professional sporting level, which I think is something that we all crave and fight for, but at the same time doesn't need to be an Olympic sport. Yeah,
like we were sort of talking offline and you mentioned some of the criteria, and one of the reasons why chess is not an Olympic sport is because you are apparently killing pieces on the board.
Yeah.
When you take a pawn or a knight or a bishop, you're in fact killing them off.
Yeah, so there's no violence in the Olympics. So even though there's judo and taekwondo and karate, you still tap out, I think is the big thing in those sports, as opposed to in a lot of esports, you kill your opposition and brutally maim them. With love.
It's kind of contradictory, don't you reckon?
Yeah.
Like, as you said, those athletic sports, or even like in the summer games, how there's sort of competitive shooting and archery, where you're using violent weapons that can inflict real damage to people if that was to occur. Or boxing. You're getting punched in the head. People get knocked out at the boxing events at the Olympics, yet...
It happens.
Chess is too violent, apparently.
It doesn't uphold the Olympic values, which is the strong underlining factor on whether it gets into the Olympics or not.
Yeah. So they haven't really come out with any confirmation on potential games that could be added to the Olympics to showcase this esports event. Off that violent act, I guess we can sort of scrub off CS:GO.
Yeah.
PUBG, Overwatch, anything like that.
League of Legends, they said, would probably not make the cut. Even though you're knocking out your opponent, they still said it's the depiction of potential violence.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the melee fighters. I'm not.
Yeah, maybe
sure.
it's because I guess you're killing creeps, killing people for gold.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
So blood sports. Yeah.
Would you I've got an idea on the game that I think probably might be picked up.
Yeah.
But do you think a sporting game might get picked, like a FIFA?
I was thinking FIFA. Yeah, but is that too on the nose? Then we would just go into like what we was talking about, Mario's Rio Olympic Games. Just make an Olympic game. And
then obviously it can go into the Winter Olympics too. You can do Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympics and do Sonic and Tails bobsledding down a runway and things like it's very interesting, and it could go either way. I think we're probably in agreement that Rocket League might be the game best suited to fill this little Olympic void.
To me, I mean, Rocket League just makes sense. One, it's so close to real life sports anyway, so it's like got a nice feel. It's easy for the audience to get on board with. It fits all their criteria, of course, and it's a massive esport. So, I mean, I'm kind of struggling to think of anything else that is at Rocket League level. Like
unless it might tie into maybe a fighting game.
Yeah.
But then as you were saying offline again, the health bars are something that they were on the fence about, because you're hypothetically taking away your enemy's health or energy or whatever you want to typecast it as. They want to try and avoid that looking of dwindling a life force away of somebody. So.
And I think like you knock someone out to the ground until the point they're incapacitated, as opposed to other sports. It might just be like a little tap out, so...
we certainly won't be seeing any Mortal Kombat, a couple of fatalities.
No, that'd be
decapitations and Johnny Cage nut punches and stuff like that.
You can hope.
But Rocket League, I think Rocket League fits it better than anything else out there at the moment, because it's got that profile already. Like, it's a huge game.
It's huge.
Phenomenal game. Like, Psyonix have just blown that realm out of the water. Like, that sport racing sim, I guess, is what you could typecast it as. And the fact that every car is the same, the only difference is the aesthetics. So you can have your crazy hats or your little little icons on the roof of your car.
Little Rick and Morty portal wheels.
Yeah. You know, so driving a DeLorean instead of a Volkswagen Combi, there's no speed difference, there's no weight difference. It's literally just.
Is there a difference in the hitbox? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Yeah, I think there might be some hitbox differences, but honestly, like, there's no difference than going up against someone with a different physical shape to you. So to me, that's really not an issue. So.
Exactly. So it's exciting. Like, we're noticing this big shift in that sort of professional sporting community where obviously it's getting broadcast on traditional sport channels, ESPN and the like. We're seeing it with the Asian 2022 games where it's going to be a medalled event, and now potentially in 2024, which I think is Paris.
It is Paris, yeah. Exciting times.
So we could see some gamers win Olympic gold in 2024, which is something 2, 3, even like 5 years ago.
Unheard of.
Yeah, you'd be like, you're an idiot, mate.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, this just begs the questions. There's so many tournaments out there already that exist. Do we need esports in the Olympics?
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm sitting at the moment. It's like, I like that we're recognized as a sport. It's like, thank you. It's true. We, esports people train as hard, or, it's equivalent to any traditional sport, but does it need to be an Olympic sport?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I really don't. Like, all this is merely just pandering to the new fad and trying to pull a younger audience in.
Yeah.
Like, thinking back when I was a kid in the Olympics run, I have no interest in watching the 20-kilometer power walk or whatever they call it, or the synchronized swimming. I watched the 100-meter race, those short little sizzle events where it's you can
I love the diving.
Yeah,
diving got me every time. Yeah,
but there's so many dead events that no one probably genuinely cares about apart from the athletes and a few passionate fans. Where this, like, you look at the crowds that some of these esports events are pulling now, and the prize pools. It's just this wave that's just building and building and building. So it's just the IOC trying to maintain relevancy. Yeah,
it's like trying to be like the cool dad, and you're like, no.
Yeah, like
stop.
And they've already sort of tried that with the downhill BMX and the skateboarding and stuff. Like, they're already trying to be, these radical dudes bringing these events to it. Now they're getting into video games. It's just pandering.
It's a bit of pandering, and of course the big issue that they have is they need a governing body that's going to speak on behalf of esports, and because they're all properties that are owned by different companies, like, how do you get an agreement with that? Like, how do you sort that out?
It's going to be interesting.
Logistical nightmare.
Obviously, this is going to develop a lot more over the coming months and years leading up to Paris. I think there's about a 12-month deadline before they need to submit exactly what types of sports will be seen at that event. So we'll see.
So a couple of weekends ago, it was, of course, the yearly event PAX 2017 held down in Melbourne. I describe it as Disneyland for gamers. Brendan, you were there.
I like that. I was there.
It's where dreams come true.
My dreams did come true. Sadly, didn't see any Mickey Mouse cosplays running around the place.
I'll keep them up for next time. Yeah.
Everyone else under the sun represented down there, which was phenomenal. But I didn't see you. We were there.
I didn't see you either.
I was there Thursday through Monday, and I didn't see you once. Like, it was a huge event.
I am yay big though, so you do have to like look for the gap in the crowd, and then you're like, oh, she's probably over there. So.
I was too distracted by the doggos.
That was amazing.
Who were brought there on behalf of Destiny 2, Bungie and Activision. Brought two dogs there, and one of them is actually like known as like the world's best dog or something. He's won some official title.
Adorable.
So I went and patted
won
the
my
dogs.
heart.
Yeah. So PAX has come and gone. I think the numbers, it's about 100,000 people came through those doors from Friday through Sunday. It was chaos.
Friday's the light day, and it is like, I felt like there was a lot more movement this year. I feel like, I'm not sure if they just reshuffled the floor a little bit better this year, but man, it's packed, and the queues are crazy. So
yeah, so it was a great event. Like, there was every game, every brand, every product represented phenomenally, especially the room to the right of the main PAX hall, like the tabletop area.
Oh, that's one of my favorite places to hang out.
It was, I think it's maybe tripled in size since last year, the space. So many great games. Shout out to Judgment Game, which I'm all up in. I've just ordered a set.
Oh, yeah?
It's a tabletop game, but it's a MOBA. So it's a 3v3 tabletop game. So I don't know how to play it. It looked good. The guy sold me on the dream, so watch this space. I'll let you know how that goes. But
There you go.
It was nuts. There was so many people there. There was so much positivity there, though, too, I noticed. There wasn't too many dramas. Some of the queues for the AAA titles were ridiculous. But the indie show floor, I wanted to give some love to PAX for the indie show floor. It is the largest indie showcase in Australia and New Zealand. I'm not sure if it's sort of Southern Hemisphere wide, but it is a big showcase. And especially 2 games I wanted to sort of just mention is Hyperjam, which was done by BitDragon. It's sort of a neon retro sci-fi arena brawler. Chaos. 4 players, so you versus 3 other people. Violent, fun, 80s synth sort of soundtrack, crazy neons, great character models. Played tight, really tight. It's coming out early next year. And
so it's a couch co-op kind of game?
Couch brawler. So it would be sort of us 2 versus, or myself versus you versus 2 others.
Cool.
But they were talking about doing some duos and a few other little modes. And the other game that I love and I've been following it for a while is by a little dev out of Adelaide called Juicy Cupcake. The game's called Brief Battles. Yeah. It's sort of like a play on the Smash, like the Smash Brothers dynamic where it's, side scroller combat plane, but you've got little multipliers and variables in the game and they're little underpants. So hence the term Brief Battles. You pick up these special briefs and they can give you, fire abilities, poison abilities, more health, more armor, so on and so forth.
Pantsu, I love it.
Yeah, so it's super fun, super cute, greatly animated. The character models are phenomenal. They're on Kickstarter at the moment. I think they're about 60% of the way there as of today. So search for Brief Battles on Kickstarter and show them a bit of love because it's fantastic. It's coming to Steam as well as the Xbox One early next year. I think April was their date from what they told me at PAX, but it could change. But throw some money behind it.
Nice. No, I mean, obviously there's all the AAA titles that we can talk about, but I really have so much love for the indie section of PAX. And what's really amazing is seeing some of the games that start off and then they come back the next year and they've listened to user feedback. There's a couple of them that I remember playtesting and I was like, oh yeah, this is cute, this has potential. And they've come back and I've just been like, wow, this is like an amazing game that I think a lot of people are going to get behind.
It's so nice to see that they take all that voice of customer or voice of player on board. And yeah, you do see that evolution where you're like, I remember seeing this game in 2014 or 2015 on the show floor and it started as this tiny little nothing and now it's evolved into this big beast and it's playing
exciting.
Better, looking better. The gaming community here in Australia especially is booming at the moment. There's so many great games. Another one, Rumi, which I only got to play a little bit of, where you're actually like an AI-aware Roomba. Yeah, Rumu, sorry. By Plastic Wax and
Robot House.
House. Killing it. I really love my time on that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I love the idea of this like sci-fi thriller that's a little bit like Wall-E-esque and something's not quite right, and I only got like the 10-minute demo and I just want to play more. So,
and I think that's one of the best / worst things about PAX is the anticipation, the excitement levels are already at a high and then you play one of these demos for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it might be, and you're left wanting more.
Perfect.
So then you're just waiting and demanding and wishing that it'd be out now.
Like a typical consumer, you're like, give it to me now, I don't want to wait. So.
Yeah, so outside of some of the games you play, what else did you get up to while you were down there at PAX?
Oh, well, look, I'm going to give some love to Knuckle Sandwich, who is a guy from the indie section, a little game developer called Adam Brophy. Shouldn't call him little. He's got this great little game that's coming out. It's an RPG style, and every time you travel through it, I don't want to give too much of the story away because it's got this great hook, but you're essentially trying to get money from Centrelink and get a job. And he said it's like 98% autobiographical.
Oh, wow.
And so you get to go on all these jobs and adventures. And I was just talking to him about, he's got the 5 or 10 minute hook at the end. And then he said there's so many people who started playing the game and then they actually went through to play the longer demo that he had out there because people were just loving it so much. Great. So shout out to him. I can't wait
Knuckle Sandwich.
Knuckle Sandwich. It's a great name. It's got some great aesthetic. So he's done everything, but every time you travel around the world, he's got like different music and different art style to kind of represent this wacky world, which is job hunting, I guess. So that was like a highlight for me. And Virtually Impossible, like the perfect VR game in my mind. It's like those short, like Wario smooth moves kind of thing. So ultimate party game for VR, which
nice.
I love VR. We know that. I talk about it all the time. And I can't wait to just have my friends over just to like play some stupid games, you know. So,
sadly, I didn't get to play any VR on the show floor.
I missed out. There's some good
I walked
stuff.
past so many booths, whether it be using Vive or Rift or PSVR or even the Lenovo headset, the mixed reality one they were doing. I didn't even get to play that, where you do lightsaber battles with
that
characters
looked
in Star Wars.
amazing,
But the queue for that was ridiculous. Ridiculous. And you walk past and you get a little disheartened. Like you see some of these people in these queues and they're beaten and worn down, and you see them beside a sign, it's like, queue is 2 hours from here. And then the queue like doubles back even
exactly
further.
like Disneyland. It's the exact experience,
Yeah, so games were great. We recorded a few podcasts down there, which was really fun, met a lot of people, and I was lucky enough, we were part of a panel called Party Mode, so it was like 12 figureheads from 12 different podcasts from Australia and New Zealand, battling out on stage. We played Super Mario, like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch. We played Gravity, which is a game made by a couple of local devs here in Australia as well.
Looks awesome, by the way.
And funnily enough, a little throwaway, I've been confirmed as the first Gravity world champion played on stage or streamed, because the game's not out yet. So we were the first in the world to get our hands on that and showcase it globally like that. So
get that on a business card.
Heavy's the head that wears this crown at the moment. And then it ended with Nidhogg 2.
I love Nidhogg 2. I love Nidhogg. The graphics for Nidhogg 2 is like
so good.
Yeah,
so good. I loved it. Like my teammate Andrew from a podcast called A Couple of NPCs, shout out. He led us to victory in the final. If you do want to check it out, it is available online. You can jump on YouTube and just search for. I'm
not gonna lie, I watched it on YouTube.
PAX panel on there. Give it a look because it's good fun. It's about a 50-minute video. Good fun, and you can see a lot of diverse personalities from that little podcast space. So, it was great. All right, people, move over iPhone X fans, because there's a new player in town, the Razer phone. As you can see here, the gaming company known as Razer, who do a lot of gaming peripherals, have decided to jump into the smartphone market, and they are releasing this little bit of kit later this month in November. What do you think? Is this thing going to take off? Is it going to be a dud? Are you interested? Do you want me to rattle off some specs, get you a bit excited? I'm not gonna lie, I'm in the market for a new phone. I'm hitting the end of my contract at the moment. So yeah, let's sway me. Is this something I'm gonna part cash with? I don't know. I don't know that much about it, to be honest. Okay, so it's an Android backbone, which, unlike everything else unrelated to Apple, usually runs off an Android platform. It's got 120 hertz refresh rate on the screen itself, which is a first for a phone device. Yeah. Obviously, that leads more so into gaming-based monitors, where it's a super fast refresh rate, so you're not going to get any bleeding or tear when you're gaming or watching film or whatever else you might be watching on your phone. So it's a gamer's phone. It does support several titles. There's RuneScape, there's Tekken Mobile, there's a Final Fantasy offshoot, but on that regard, I couldn't care. Like, I don't play really any games on my phone. If it is, it's just some entry light on thing that I'll do while I'm doing a poo, to be completely honest. #Snap Gaming. But yeah, I like, Nintendo Switch or my gaming computer or my traditional console doing my gaming. My phone's my phone-based stuff, my social medias and things. So that's not a hook for me. Having a super fast, clean response rate on a screen that's still small in your hand, meh. It's got a really powerful battery, expandable memory. It says all the right things. It's a really strong phone. It's going to be market leading. You know the buzzwords. I know the buzzwords, but all I care about is the camera resolution, especially on that front-facing camera. Like, let's be honest, it's all about that selfie game, and that's what I need to know. Yeah, so it comes with a 12-megapixel camera. Oof. It's got two 12-megapixel cameras on the back, one with a wide-angle lens and one with a little zoom telephoto lens. So that's interesting. Yeah, that's good. So you can get your nice sort of wide pseudo-panorama shots, or you can get a nice tight selfie or whatever the heck. It's so good. Like, for me, when I'm doing a crowd shot, and it's like this, and my arms are like not big, so yeah, I do need that. Yeah, and I guess with those, like, I remember doing a few of those panoramas, and it's like, no, hold the phone up high because you're getting off stability and you know, the photo skewing. So I like that function on it, where it is that dual 12 megapixel to give you the wide and the tight variation. It's got a 4,000 milliamp hour lithium ion battery, which is said to be top end when it comes to battery capacity for smartphones. You know,
I'll take that word.
More sales speak. It supports rapid charging. But there's no 3.5mm audio jack on there.
Yeah, so it means I'm going to have to upgrade my headphones, unless they're putting out some headphones, which I feel probably would go hand in hand with this kind of phone.
Yeah, nothing said just yet. It does come with a USB-C adapter, so you can run wired headphones, but then you would also then need to get a 3.5mm USB-C adapter and all that other
just
headache
ruins
that comes
the line,
with it.
right?
But yeah, it's phone tech is like pivoting more and more to let's cut out that adapter or that additional R&D or manufacturing costs, and we'll just go Bluetooth, which is a bit annoying. I like old school. Give me that 3.5mm jack.
Well, you know, when you've splurged on like some really good headphones, it's killer to have to upgrade to something that's either less good quality for Bluetooth. I mean, I don't have any Bluetooth headphones, so it means it's an extra investment for me.
Yeah.
But I am completely polar opposite to you on the way I use my phone. I catch public transport a lot. I am always on my phone. So even when I'm watching stuff on the couch, I am 100% guilty of just whipping out my phone, like playing a game during the ad breaks. Yeah, I'm an ultimate phone consumer. So
what do you think? Is this something that you think the market might attach itself to? Do you think it's got opportunity?
I don't know how it's going to go in the wider population. I mean, I just feel like a lot of the features are very geared towards gamers and streamers. And to me, you know, the idea of being able to like record, you know, stuff while I'm out and about is awesome. Like that's exactly how I use my phone. So straight away I care about the frame refresh, and if it films in 4K and you know, the battery life is also the big one for me, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's ticking a lot of boxes, and you know, I do game on my phone a lot, so the idea that I can start playing maybe some of those higher end games is, you know, super cheeky and appealing.
Yeah, I just worry with that comes the draining of said super powerful battery or high-end battery, as they mentioned earlier.
I carry an extra portable battery
pack. Oh, really? You got the power bank with you all the time?
That's how I roll. And I've got different sizes depending on, you know, how long I think I'm going to be out for. Like, I know what I am, and it's a high-end phone user. So
Okay. Yeah, I'm
more than my casual pooping. Like I'm out there using it all the time.
Yeah. Hashtag Snap Gaming. But yeah, I'm skeptical about it. Like I like Razer as a company. I like their product suite that they have available. Their headphones, keyboards, microphones, webcams. You know what Razer do. They do everything. So this is interesting. It's a gamble, no doubt. It's a calculated gamble on their side. Predominantly iPhone and then Samsung is the two main sort of power players in the smartphone space.
And then they've got the Google phone that's just come in.
Yeah,
so that's a big
Pixel
player.
2.
Yep.
And then you've got some of the Asian offshoots like Huawei and all those types.
HTC,
So I'm curious to see what kind of market penetration this thing can get, if any.
I think it's going to be straight, like, it's going to be aimed at gamers and streamers. And I would assume that there's not a lot of stock out there, like purely speculative, but you know, they'll deliver high-end experience to their core demo, which is the gamers. And I think if the reception's good, maybe they'll branch out to a more family-friendly or more consumer-friendly line down the track.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. I sort of didn't even think of it from that angle, where it might be this is their unique sort of gaming-orientated device. If it goes well, then they'll bring out a more community-accessible, globally accessible phone where it is more in line with traditional smartphones. Like it looks all right. Like it looks nice and clean.
Nice,
the aesthetic on it, from what it says, the build quality sounds good. It's an aluminium chassis, so it's not sort of low end sort of.
It's got Gorilla Glass, which I really like. I need that tough glass because I am guilty of dropping my phone like it's nobody's business. I'm an animated talker.
I'm just wondering, like games like a Tekken, for example. If all those buttons are somehow on this screen and you're trying to navigate, how? Like, I'm assuming Bluetooth controller support then, so you could play that way?
I mean, a lot of the games, like I've got Jet Set Radio. I got the mobile app version of it, and it's like it feels, they had obviously the controllers on the screen, but it feels clunky still. Like we're not there, and that's either that the games need to catch up, because I feel like the phones are already there.
I want that physical touch. I want that haptic feedback from a joystick or a button.
Yeah, the tactileness is something I definitely miss.
So we'll see. $700 US is the price, and they're releasing 1,337 special edition units. For those out there, that stands for LEET. That number combination is LEET, which obviously is game speak. So it's showing that Razer are trying to be
they know what they're about.
Dude broing, which is something I admire.
Again, it just reaffirms the idea that this is definitely for that target market, not for the layman necessarily.
Yeah.
Well, that's it this week from us at Invert Aim. Guys, hit us up on social media and let us know your thoughts on PAX, your highlights, your lowlights. The Razer phone, will you be picking one up?
No!
And of course, esports in the Olympics, does it belong there? Do you even care? Let us know. I've been Feisty.
And I've been Brendan.
And we'll see you guys next time. Adios.
Much love.